championship vibes. This is 94 Feet of Life. Y'all would probably watch this in the morning. But on my screen, I have the man of the hour. He needs no further introduction. I'm just going to let him have the floor for a couple minutes and then we'll talk.
No, you keep introducing everybody.
Oh, I keep introducing.
I got some stuff I got to do, but good finals game to be real on that. The finals, that was a good game. That was a real good game. I said the first team to 100. I guess they were the first team to 95. So, but when it's all said and done, man, Miami, they did a good job in competing. They didn't make this easy for them. But at the end of the day, man, 15 is too much, man. 15 is way too much. So
yeah, it's Miami. They used every tool in the tool bag, the toolbox. They pulled it all out. Zone, man to mans. Eric Spoelstra emptied the playbook, but as Jokic is just too much. And you look at tonight, 12 out of 16, 28 points, 16 rebounds. He's when they need to go get a bucket, we just run through the big fella. And Miami there's just even teams with real size don't have an answer for Jokic, much less somebody that's that undersized. So Travis still getting set up. I think he got something.
I'm almost done. I think we got Ham in here, and we got Worldwide peeking around somewhere too. So if they got something to say before I get going, talk your talk, man.
Man, MJ just went live in the group too, so we got dual live sessions, bro. We got one live on YouTube and one live in the 94 group on Facebook.
That's what we do, man. 94 Feet of Life, man. For the people, by the people. Again, we're going to say this again. We're just not normal people talking this hoop. We're just not. So, I mean, I want to give a couple shout outs. If I don't say your name right, hey, tag me. I'm here. I do reply. We're gonna go with Trayvon, Deontay, whatever. We're gonna go with Matthew Gordon. We're gonna go, oh my God, it's some names. Jacob Charlton. I like you, but shout out to you. Calvin Justice, yes. Jughead, yes. Young Ice, shout out to you. We got Paul Kapowski. You sound like a kicker with that name, like a punter, field goal kicker. But shout out to you. Let me go somewhere else with it. We got Jeff Madison. Shout out to you. Hey, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. You'll be all right. But shout out to you. And there's a lot more others. I don't want to go through that, but at the same time, I asked y'all a question. And that question was, do you really think Jimmy Butler, as your lead dog, can win it all with this Heat team? Oh, y'all was yes, and y'all was defending Jimmy Butler like y'all were his defense attorney. But guess what? He don't love y'all like that. Like Draymond said, he don't love you like that. He don't care about you. This man, before everything started, the man went 2 for 11. He hit like 3 other shots. So he went like 5-17, 5-18 or something like that. This man is not finna do it right now, man. Congrats to the Miami Heat for getting there. If that satisfies you, fine. That's what it is. But at the same time, Jimmy Butler is not him. Let's get that clear, y'all. Jimmy Butler is not him. He has, and we was just talking not too long ago, as far as his accolades, he's Hall of Fame worthy. He got plenty of all-stars, plenty of defensive first teams and second teams. He even got a gold medal. Am I right, J-Ham?
This is correct.
He got
This is
gold
correct.
medals.
He's well decorated. He's well decorated.
He's a real decorated player. But like I told y'all trying to sit up here with these metrics and what is this and what is that. Bottom line, Jimmy Butler is not it. He's not it. He's not him. He's not Himothy. He's not Hemi Butler. Dude, I'm going to tell y'all like this. Y'all do know this finals was set for Miami to win, right? It was set for them to win. I'm talking about from the commercials to everything. Them folks played an early commercial because Denver don't even get the respect that they're due. They played a Jimmy Butler commercial when he was in the airplane singing and shit. They did that. It was set for y'all to win, but the better team won. And I know y'all gonna sit up there and talk about, oh, well, we had non-drafted players and we had this tough shit. Don't even make it there if that's the case. Don't even be there. Y'all deserve to be there because y'all played well during that time. I'm not finna stay on this too long, but again, I'm here. I talk. Tag me if you want to. At the end of the day, what I said is what I said, and I'm gonna stand on it. Y'all sit up there, y'all went crazy. Y'all try to go at me with a little bit of disrespect along with that too. But you see, when you got a platform like this, and when you see things like this just stings a little bit more, and it just makes me look a whole lot better. At the end of the day, congrats to the Denver Nuggets. We're going to continue to talk about them at this point, Big Shot.
Look, we're not going to stay up too late because it is late. But, you know, since some of you all like the hot takes and the blame game and 5 for 17?
5 17.
5 for 17. It was 2 for 12 until the last couple minutes. And what I didn't like from Jimmy, I can even accept the 5 for 17. It was the lack of aggressive until the very end. Like, that wasn't very dog behavior.
But he's him, though. He's him. He's him, though.
But he's him.
And let's make ourselves correct now. We don't want to give out false information. That was 5 for 18.
My fault. I cheated him on field goal attempt.
Let's get the facts together, man. We all about facts here. All facts, no printer, ninja.
I'm just thrilled that Ish Smith is an NBA champion after being listed on the who he played for World's Borrowed basketball series that we conducted over the last couple of weeks. He was one of the featured players. Now he's an NBA champion. Jeff Green also was one of the featured players in there. Now he's NBA champion. And he still looks like he cashed his checks at the liquor store. He needs 2 forms ID.
They just take out $5 for every.
Aaron, I think Aaron Gordon, who, runner-up in a couple of dunk contests. And
get back right here.
Here's the get back.
He got you now, Zach LaVine. What you going to do about that?
I tell you a guy who I think this does a lot for, and that's Jamal Murray.
Oh, my God.
But Jamal Murray.
How many top 5s? I'm about to ask that question, too. How many top 5s does he shoot up in terms of active shooting guards right now? In people's list. I don't rank, so I'm asking y'all. Y'all be ranking.
I think this pushes him. I mean, I help the people who like your rankings and lists. Top 5 2-guard in the league now? Does this push him up into the top 20, 25 players in the league? Maybe it does. I think it coming off the ACL, America really got to see what he's really like that. And I was impressed not only with his scoring, but his playmaking, his decision making, and really just kind of the way he plays off a Joker, man. It's there. They are a beautiful, tough duo to watch. I think for a guy like KCP, who now has 2 championships in the last 4 years for KCP, and had in this game maybe one of the biggest plays you'll ever see with that stick. So this was great, man. This was a great. And then, what I'm glad about this is, we tend to be, we're basketball purists. And to see a team, this was really a team. Jokic will get all the plaudits as he should, but they're really constructed around him very well. They put that team together. Shout out, he got a name, Calvin Booth. NBA veteran big in the front office. This is a really put together team, and I like it. I enjoyed it. So we move on. And speaking of, we got a guest joining us. He actually just got off live in the group.
Hey, my iPad don't show comments, so I pulled up my phone. Someone told me to pull up my phone, check the comments, and I see that y'all live. So I'm like, and talk that talk over here. So appreciate y'all who, is tuned in with us, man. We only give you the facts and the love. But nah, I mean, the better team won, but, what I was saying on my live, I could say here, rule breakers win NBA titles. And, America has built this game. We founded this game in Massachusetts, and we have a certain type of snobby arrogance when it comes to this game. And all of the rules that we have, some spoken, some unspoken, we always have a tendency of being overly critical of guys who play this game because we think it should be played a certain way. So when they're doing one thing, we're criticizing that. When they do another thing, we're criticizing that. But at the end of the day, if you just look at all the teams that were dynasties, every team had a rule breaker. Magic Johnson, 6'9", had no business being a true point guard, but he was. Paired him with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, had no business shooting an 18-foot sky hook, but he did. Had no business. Like, that's an unguardable shot. That's a broken rule. There's nothing you can do with that shot. Isaiah Thomas at 6'1" should not be able to control every element and every facet of the game and be the best person on the team to win, but he did it. Jordan back then, shooting guards just literally was what their name was. They shot the ball. He had no business being able to glide in the air and do the things that he did and even develop a shot that in normal human basketball, you will give that shot up, which is his fadeaway. But when you don't miss it, what do you do? What do you do when you're making the shot that you want to give up? And all along this league, that's what we have been seeing over and over. Guys making shots they have no business making. Guys making plays at their size or their speed that they have no business making. And then once you find somebody like that, it's easy to build around them because all you need to do is just find guys who can do all the things you don't want him to do.
You know what? You can't put that as well as you can't top that, MJ. You can't.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
So
you also give a shout out to DeAndre Jordan too before you go.
Oh, yeah.
DeAndre Jordan becomes the only member of Lob City to win a chip.
And he did it by just being a great locker room guy.
And played some key minutes this first quarter.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he gave some minutes. So the final numbers on Jokic in the final,
which is crazy.
34 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists a game. 58, 42, and 86 on the percentages.
Everybody kept saying, give him the jump shot. Okay. Make him a scorer. Okay. But that's what happens when you have a rule breaker type of player. His playmaking is so good that the only way to guard make him score, and all he had to do was just get the mindset into being a scorer when he had his opportunity.
Right.
And that's how he was able to break that rule, because his rule breaker at first was there's nobody that slow, that methodical, that unorthodox can be the playmaker that he is. And he's probably one of the best passers we have ever seen this game.
And Trav talked about this. We were watching the game in person. I've never seen somebody jumper. When his jumper goes in, it goes in clean.
Yeah.
Every time.
No rim included.
You see great shooters. They'll catch a little bit of rim on the way down. They might hit glass. And his jumper, he only hits the rim on layups. His jumper goes in clean.
Very, very Dirkish.
Perfect arch. They both have that perfect arch.
Very Dirkish.
Both of them. They have an arch in which the ball goes perfectly off their hands and almost does a, like a literally an arch. It looks like it's going over the moon before it drops in. And, once again, he's 6'11", so for us normal human beings, it'll be like us shooting on the 9-foot rim, shooting a rainbow on the 9-foot rim. That's what it's like for Jokic. So, I mean, again, he gets all the credit. Jamal Murray, everybody gets the credit, because even this is the thing. They had guys that did the small stuff. You guys called Michael Porter Jr., so salute to you guys, but salute to him for the rebounding part.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he had a great night on the glass.
Yes.
He followed in the footprints of the Browns brothers, and that's what kept him in the game. And I'm pretty sure the coaching staff told him, like, you're probably mad about your playing time right now, but these dudes are hitting the glass. You hit the glass as hard as him, we won't take you out. And they didn't.
And it's also a great lesson. He started hitting the glass, he got involved in the game. And when he got involved in the game, his shot then started to fall because you're involved. And it's a great lesson. Like, your shot will come back eventually. Guys who can shoot like that, it'll come back.
We seen that with Wiggins. We seen that with Wiggins last year.
Yeah, your shot will come back. Get yourself involved. Get a couple loose balls. Get a couple steals. Like, just be active. Your shot comes back. It'll come back. And you've seen Christian Braun, Bruce Brown, active, slash into the cup, draw defense.
Crashing heavy. Aaron Gordon crashing off his boards heavy.
Like
Caldwell Pope showing that he's been here before, making timely play after timely play.
That still is one of
plays, timely defensive plays.
That still is one of maybe the play of the game. There's still about 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. That's probably the play of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the flip side, I don't know. I'm late, so if you guys talk.
Come on with it, man. We got about 5 to 7 more minutes left.
Yeah.
Oh, on the flip side, for all of you, who were praising Jimmy Butler for just being a dog, just playing the game and all of that, that's great. But we just showed in this game, this is where you need to break some rules. Are you good enough to break those rules, though? So here's the thing. If you're going to, quote unquote, play the game the right way, you need to be 7-1 or 7-2 for it to actually be a championship, to carry over to a championship. This game is built for Giants to win. So you doing all of these things are great, but it's not going to lead to wins unless you do something that is going to break a rule. Develop a shot that is unguardable. That's going to be your mission this season, Jimmy Butler. This upcoming season, develop a shot that's unguardable. There's plenty of them. Floaters, fall-aways, fadeaways, I don't care. Develop a shot that no one can block, that you won't miss.
Or
that there is no question. Develop a shot that they have to double you in the 15 to 18 foot range.
Or maybe you're not quite the offensive player that we think you are.
No, he never was. That's what I'm saying. This is what he got to do to take the next step.
So it's maybe not developed. It's maybe not developed a shot.
Thank you.
It's now Miami.
Get somebody.
If you're Miami, you now have to be we are in the market now for the second star. Because Bam, I think, is playing. Bam, first of all, credit to Bam. Bam played a much better series because he struggled with Boston.
He did.
I thought he was going to have a tough time this year. He played really well. Bam is your third guy.
Yep. If Bam don't have the athletic advantage, you're not going to see points like that. He had the athletic advantage this game. That's why he was scoring. But even he is not a rule breaker. He's not going to take a tested fall away consistently. He doesn't have a go-to move.
They need air exposure does a lot of creative things. There's got to be another guy that can go get it. Because on a night like tonight, where we're hanging in there on the defensive end, we're rebounding as well as we're going rebounding with the side. We're struggling to score.
And you know something?
Got to be somebody who for 5 minutes can just get us through 5 minutes until we pick it back up. And MJ, we talked about this for years. You need a guy sometimes that's a great player. Great player is not just, he got us 45 tonight. The great player gets us through 5 tough minutes.
Yes.
The great player says, we're down 12. I'll get us back to 4 until things kind of come back in order. Or tonight. And you talk about this, MJ, and I'm glad you said this, and I'm going to go to trial.
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't need play the right way Jimmy tonight.
Absolutely not.
I didn't need that one. I needed the Jimmy from Game 6 in Boston last year. The one that went in the Garden and had, about 45?
Yep.
Took about 30 shots.
And credit to him, he started towards the end. It was too late, though.
Too late.
He should have did that third quarter when they was in striking distance. It should have been from third quarter for the rest of the game. Get the hell out of my way. Give me the ball. If I'm double the triple team, you might get a corner 3. Bam, crash the boards. This ball is going up. I'm about to shoot 30 times a game. I'm about to shoot 30 times today. So figure it out. I don't care what y'all think of it. I don't care if I go 8 for 30. I'm shooting 30 times before this is all said and done.
MJ, you talk about the rules, and that was the rule that needed to be broken.
Yeah.
Because you got to get us through. Now, it may sound like J Ham's comic ball BS, but it's true.
It's exactly what that is.
Sometimes I need you to get us through.
Here's the reason why it's not comic book, because they were playing you to make that shot.
Yeah.
That's why it's not comic book, and that's why you have to be a rule breaker. It's a totally different thing. And that's why Jokic didn't win the last 4 years, even though he was having the exact same stats he had this year. You know what he figured out? I have to make them pay when they guard me one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
Old Jokic could still be good enough to pinpoint and throw a dime, even though no one's open. He could throw somebody open because he's really that good. Old Jokic could throw somebody open because he's really that good, but it's like, even though you're able to do that, is that what we need? No. If you're our best player, I need you to punish your position, to punish them for guarding you one-on-one. It should be disrespectful for anyone guarding you one-on-one, sir. And you need to punish that. And until this year, well, actually last year, but he ran into a Golden State team that was just ready. But until last year, he wasn't doing that.
Mm-mm.
And now that he did it, you get your ring. Jimmy, you're going to have to do the same thing. And everybody, we could go, all the people who didn't win the ring. Chris Paul, you refuse to just break the rule. And now you're at a position in your life, Chris Paul, to where now the rule you're going to have to break is a rule of selfishness. You're going to have to come off the bench now.
And you look at a guy like the Warriors. You look at 2017, 2018 Warriors. Beautiful basketball, all the stuff that they do. Them games got close. 35, top of the key. 35, top of the key. You look at when the Lakers in the bubble, when they get tough, we can throw this to AD on either block. LeBron can go get us, just can break the play, go get a basket.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis 2 years ago, 50 in the closeout game?
50
and I made my free throws. I made my free throws too. So
Just
all that, I broke your rule. Your rule was if you foul me, I'm gonna miss. And the crowd gonna count to 10 and I'm gonna fold. That was your rule. I broke your rule by hitting all of my free throws. So the one thing you did that you could stop me with, you can't stop me with because I'm making them.
Bottom line, man.
Yeah, we're gonna let Trav have the last word for the night.
The bottom line is I said I was gonna stop, but I just can't because it's just too freaking obvious. I keep telling you all, and I say the word glorified role player. I try to put a little glitter on the role player because I just didn't want to say role player. Try to put a little pizzazz on it by saying glorified role player. But the context of it, Jimmy Butler is a leader. No doubt about it. He's a leader. But the fact of the matter is, he's not known to ask these two guys just even told you. Y'all don't want to hear it from me, but I guess when you hear it from them, it must be true. That
no.
He's not, it is, because he's not a scorer like that. He's not, again, this goes back to the him. He's not him. He's not that. They go to him because he's just better at doing him than they are. You can, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say this. He's not.
No, Raven, hold on. Repeat that. That was a bar.
Go ahead, Trey. Say it again.
Repeat that thing you just said.
He's better at doing him better than they are doing them. That's what I'm saying. So you got to go to him. He's your leader, and he's better at doing him than they are doing them.
And what we have now that we're seeing what it really looks like, he's not a rule breaker.
There you go.
Now, here's the thing too, and this is what's gonna make it tough. Do we even know if he's a shot maker? Because you gotta be a shot maker. Hold up, you gotta be a shot maker to even be the second option to complement the rule breaker.
He can score. He can score it.
He can. That's where, once again, that's why I'm like, go back in the lab. You're gonna do one or two things. Either you're gonna not miss another shot that you take, whether it's contested or uncontested, or develop a go-to move that can get your team up out of this, or go back to what Big Shot said, which is probably what's going to eventually happen. Call Dame Lillard.
I'm done, y'all. I'm done. I'm done. Shout out to Cedric Randall, who I was sitting up here talking to about this same exact thing. I haven't talked to Big Shot about this. I haven't talked to y'all about this. You need a rule breaker on your team to break that rule to get over that hump. Jimmy Butler is a glorified role player. Again, I'm not saying glorified role player to sit right here and insult him. I'm saying glorified role player because he's good at what he does, but he's not meant to be a scorer. You need somebody that can score like that so he can still do what he do. He can still do what he do at a high clip, but you got this dude right here that is known to put the ball in the basket, and he gets you over that hump.
He's not. But what you respect about Jimmy is what also hurts you, because he takes shots that you would want to get. He's pretty efficient going to the basket. He gets to the line. He doesn't take terrible shots. But sometimes I need somebody, as MJ talked about, break the rules. I need somebody to color outside that line just a little bit.
And shouts out to Lawrence Cleveland because he even said this applies to life. All y'all think y'all just gonna go to college, get work for the man and then retire? I mean, if that's what makes you happy, if you're doing something you love, salute to you. But if you want the chip, if you want the glitz, you want the glamour, you're gonna have to break a few rules. You're gonna have to get a side hustle and try to build your own thing. You're gonna have to think outside the box. You're gonna have to create something that this world needs that you didn't even know that this world needed. And that's what these basketball players are doing in the game. They're creating something. They're creating lanes for themselves that we didn't even know could be created. But
in the last 15 years, there's one team that you could say probably had no rule breakers. But the difference with that team that had no rule breakers was they had 3 guys who were Hall of Famers. That's Trav's 14 Spurs. And they probably got 4 when you throw Kawhi in there.
But that's interesting because what was the rule that they broke?
They broke a lot of international players' rule.
But I'm talking about like an in-game against them.
What was that?
When you look at
here's the rule that I got you, Trav. Tag me in.
Because I'm gonna let you get that. But
okay.
The rule that they broke, they tried 2013, they was high screen and roll and pick. At this point, they had to figure out we're not better than them physically, athletically, but we know this ball moves faster than a player. So when they start sharing the ball, which a lot of people in the league during their time wasn't doing, they were still going with the high screen and roll. The rule that they broke was basically the ball has energy. When the ball has energy, you cut, you move, you do a whole lot of other things. And that's just like what happened tonight.
And if we really want to talk about the player that broke the rule, to be real, the player that broke the rule on their team was Kawhi. Up until that point, we have never seen somebody that can guard LeBron tough. Not to say he ain't gonna get his money. We have never seen somebody that can guard LeBron tough and make him pay when he help off of him.
Bingo.
We've never seen it up until that point.
Bingo.
We never seen it. Either you had to be a defensive specialist and just focus on LeBron, or you had to score with him and hope that you win that battle. Kawhi did both. He made it tough as hell on LeBron, and when LeBron helped out, because that ball moving everywhere, like Trav said, Kawhi made him pay every time. Why do you think he got the MVP for the finals that year? The one matchup that LeBron had to annihilate, he could not, because you had a rule breaker, a dude that can guard you and score on you, and you're the 4th option.
Yep.
That's what happened. Your 4th option was playing just as good as LeBron that series. When your 4th option is playing just as good as your best player, you're going to fucking lose.
You're going to lose because that makes all 5 players on the floor live. You got to guard them. You got to guard them. You leave.
And that was just pick your poison, because what's exactly. Going to do? Switch on Duncan?
And Duncan, he killed him.
Yes, he know how to score on that block.
Nah, what?
Nobody don't care about nothing. Tony Parker been leading the league in paint points for half his career.
Exactly.
Well, fellas, I'm about to put up the final not walking through that door.
Yes, sir.
For the season. It is a celebrity edition. I think y'all will like it. So 94 Feel Like we'll be here off and on throughout the summer. We may do some stuff for the draft and as free agency comes through, but we're going to kind of kick back a little bit. Thank y'all for joining us this season. My not just my co-hosts, my brothers, MJ, Trav, Ham, Coach Les, Germ, friends of the program, Greg Jones. We'll see. Y'all have a good summer. Enjoy the time off. When breaking news hits, we'll be here. But other than that, we're going to be chilling. 94 Feel Life basketball for the people, by the people. Congratulations to the